This patch of shallow water in the Bahamas is called Tiger Beach because it's loaded with big tiger sharks. But tigers are deep water predators. So why are they here? Looking for answers takes a research team to the razor's edge of science.
They can rip us apart in minutes.
Tiger Beach is no playground. It's a tiger stronghold where only the sharks are safe. Why are so many Atlantic tiger sharks coming to a spot in the Bahamas called Tiger Beach? Aboard a dive boat called the Shearwater, Dr. Neil Hammerschlag and his team take a beating to find answers.
It might look a bit chaotic, but it's certainly it's organized chaotic, it's intentional, it's keeping in mind the animal safety, researcher safety, and we've been very lucky. Back down, back down, back down, back down!
Tiger sharks can swim as deep as 2,700 feet. So what attracts them to Tiger Beach, where the average depth is only 17 feet? To untangle this paradox, Neil hopes this season's discoveries will end a 5-year investigation.
All right, you're in good hands. You're in good hands.
Oxygen-rich water is pumped over the shark's gills to keep this tiger breathing normally.
One of the things you'll notice, as soon as you get that pump in there, to calm down right away. It takes a lot of care in this process to keep her calm and in good condition while we're working up.
Blood samples are taken and quickly analyzed to check the tiger's stress level. If the stress level is too high, the shark will be released immediately. But this female is doing just fine.
How we know this is a female is from this area right here. These are her pelvic fins, and right here, this hole is her vent.
Since Neil first began his research, he has tagged over 80 tiger sharks in the Tiger Beach area alone.
So these tags allow us to kind of spy on the secret lives of these sharks.
Before they release this female, Neil removes a rusty old hook lodged in her jaw.
This shark even had a hook from a long line. That means this shark interacted with a long line fishing vessel. We were fortunate enough to catch that shark and remove that hook.
With all the hooks and the oxygen hose removed, Neil inspects the jaws and teeth, looking for any infections.
One of the most unique and amazing things about the tiger shark are their teeth. Take a look. First of all, this tooth is designed for just puncturing, cutting, and shearing. What happens when a tiger shark bites a prey item, it pierces it, and then shakes its head and just shears right through turtle shell or bone and tissue, like no problem. What do you want? Great, go. Let's set up. Get that tail roll. Woohoo! Look at that, he broke away. Just finished our first line of the entire expedition.
And you saw her swim away, healthily.
The best part,
right?
The shark that Neil just tagged is one of many to congregate here. Located about 40 miles off the west end of Grand Bahama Island, Tiger Beach is a 30-square-mile patch of shallow water, discovered by Neil's friend and dive boat operator Jim Abernathy.
I actually discovered Tiger Beach by accident. I came into this shallow area to escape a storm. I put the bait in the water, and within an hour, I had 5 tigers. I thought, wow, this is incredible. The reason I named it Tiger Beach was to give the illusion that this beautiful spot filled with tiger sharks was actually close to shore, with the hopes that when the shark fishermen come there, they'd fish close to shore where there are very few sharks.
Neil's interest in tiger sharks began with a dive off Jim's boat, a life-changing experience.
I can remember it to this day. It came in, and it came so close that it actually couldn't see me from the front end. So it rotated to its eye right towards me. It opened its mouth, and I could see, I was looking at its gills from the inside. Closed its mouth, swam around me 3 times, and then just cruised off into the distance. That really was a changing moment for me, and that shark probably left more of a lasting impression on me than I did on it.
Since that first encounter, Neil decided to learn all he could about the tigers of Tiger Beach.
They're literally built like a tank. They max out at around 20 feet. They're thick, they're strong, and they've got a massive head that's filled with hundreds of razor sharp teeth, so they can act first and ask questions later. Okay, just like that, just like that. Hold on, hold on. Nice question! Pull it out of the water. Lift that tail up.
Tigers are equal to great whites in overall length and ferocity, and are one of the top 3 sharks implicated in unprovoked fatal attacks throughout the world.
Tiger sharks are primary pelagic species, meaning they spend a lot of time in the deep open ocean, encircling an area that's the size of over 1 billion football fields. So why do you have so many apex predators in just one small, shallow area? Yeah, it's right here.
Neil listens for pings transmitted from sharks he's tagged. It's just one way to answer a slew of big questions.
Why are there so many tiger sharks at Tiger Beach? Why are there so many large females here that appear to be above the age of sexual maturity? Are they using them for feeding? Where do they migrate to?
Everybody's got a theory about Tiger Beach. Some believe the tigers are drawn here by the chum that diving operations use to lure in sharks for a closer look. So Neil built a network of acoustic receivers and fitted dozens of tigers with acoustic tags. When tigers pass the receivers, Neil knows exactly where they are.
What we're looking at here is the array itself. It's made up of 32 hydrophones that we've put out across the whole Tiger Beach region on Little Bahama Bank. And basically, it's listening for any of our tagged sharks that move through, at which point it records the date and the time that that animal entered that array and it came to that listening station.
Neil cleans the hydrophones about every 6 months to keep the system working. Today, skipper Jim Abernathy is the safety diver.
I'm down here checking our receiver. Jim's come along to kind of keep an eye out because there's a lot of tiger sharks in the area. Right now we only have 3, but I'm sure there's more around because I saw them when we first got in the water. We'll just keep our eyes open, Neil. This is the acoustic receiver. The data we're getting from these acoustic receivers is really starting to show us that the dive operations in the area don't have a very large impact on the daily behaviors of the tiger sharks. Other acoustic receivers like these off the eastern seaboard have detected our sharks, and some of the sharks tagged off places like South Carolina have even shown up in our acoustic array. Tiger sharks seem to be behind you, Neil, behind you, behind you. Holy! He just put my face. Did he actually touch your mask? Everything but that could have been a really bad thing there. That was pretty intense. There is nothing more, I think, terrifying than turning around and seeing a 4-foot head right next to you. Hey, pay attention. There's 7 of them here now. Let's pay attention to what we're doing here.
When I'm underwater with a bunch of tiger sharks, I have to know where all of them are at every single moment. And that's the key to our existence at Tiger Beach. Because if one of them does come in to investigate, it's going to be devastating. It could be the last thing you do.
As more sharks close in, the dive takes a dangerous turn. All the team can do now is remain calm and alert.
There are literally tiger sharks all around us. One coming up right now behind us on the right there. Here it comes, Neil. Come on, up front and center. Beautiful, beautiful tigers.
While the tigers present a deadly threat, their colors and size are nothing short of magnificent.
Tiger Beach, the best place in the world for tiger research.
The best place, except for right now.
Yeah, behind you. Here we go. Let's turn around, Neil.
As the sharks push in, Jim shuttles back and forth non-stop to protect Neil and the cameraman.
On the right, on your right, on your right, on your right.
Each time it looks like things are calming down, the danger level rises again.
Come on back over here by me, Neil. There's one behind you, George. Behind you, behind you, behind
A routine dive has turned into a fight for survival. The divers have to get away. The question is, will the sharks let them? A routine dive to a tiger tracking station is out of control. Neil Hammerschlag's team is pinned in by a half-dozen aggressive tiger sharks. All the divers can do now is keep their cool.
What you have to remember is when you're in the water with tiger sharks is that you don't want to act like tiger shark food. I think the most important thing you can do is, if you're in the water and you want to share space with a tiger shark or don't, is to maintain your ground, keep an eye contact with a tiger shark, and let them know that they can't really ambush you.
Slowly, calmly, the divers make their way to the surface.
How was it, Jim? Tigerful.
That was amazing. They're coming in full blast, 4 or 5 tiger sharks at a time. They were all just barreling through us. They did not care that we were there at all. That was definitely a 10 out of 10. That was amazing.
Neil's maintenance dives on his shark tracking system pay off. The array answers a big question about Tiger Beach. Are tiger sharks attracted here by the chum used by dive operators?
What we can see by the tracks here of a few of the sharks is that they're moving across the entire area of Tiger Beach. And when they do encounter divers that are chumming or feeding them, they're going to stay there as long as they're getting a free handout. They're opportunistic, but as soon as that stops, they move on.
Follow.
Neil also explores whether tiger sharks might be coming here to feed on the sea turtle population, the tiger's favorite prey.
We've seen the impressive jaws and teeth that tiger sharks have. Loggerhead turtles are important prey items for tiger sharks. Thing is, there's not too many of these guys swimming around Tiger Beach. Not a safe place for them.
After long observation, Neil rules out Tiger Beach as a place to hunt and feed.
I think if Tiger Beach was a really great place for tiger sharks to feed, then we wouldn't only just be seeing females here. We'd probably be seeing a lot of males too. The question is, what are the tiger sharks really here for?
After ruling out food as the reason tiger sharks come to Tiger Beach, Neil teams up with Dr. James Sulikowski to look at sharks from another angle. James uses portable ultrasound to study sharks, and he's brought along a new prototype machine. First thing tomorrow, he'll put the unit to the test. The next morning, the team lands a small female tiger. James makes a trial run with the ultrasound and captures something never seen before, the beating heart of a live tiger shark.
All right, Carol, I'm going to try to move up to pericardial cavity real quick to try to get the heart.
Yep.
Spectacular imaging right now.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
You see the atrium?
Yeah, I'm taking a video.
Grad student Carolyn Wheeler can record everything James can see from the ultrasound unit.
Oh, wow. Do you see that? Folks,
Yeah.
we're looking at the beating heart of a tiger shark here at Tiger Beach. Guys, never before, right here. Incredible, guys. What's it all about?
The test works. The HD images show the valves of the two-chambered heart beating at a slow, steady rate. This first success encourages the team to go a step further. Neil and James now decide to use the ultrasound to look for signs of mating and reproduction. Could this be why so many tigers come here?
Let's see here. Let's move it around here. All right, wow, do you see that?
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. She's got eggs. Based on the size here, I think she's getting ready to mate. She's getting ready to start that reproductive cycle. Absolutely incredible.
There could be even more reproductive evidence that Neil can gather underwater. The blacktips are here, lemon sharks too, but they quickly get out of the way for a huge tiger.
Look, it's Emma. She's the matriarch. When I first met Emma, she was roughly 11 feet long, but now she's easily pushing 50 feet.
Then Neil spots something more significant than Emma's size. She has wounds and bite marks on her body.
Bite marks are what we call mating scars.
No matter what species, shark mating is a violent affair. In this rare footage, 2 male white-tipped sharks lock a female in their jaws as one of them mates with her. Female tigers at Tiger Beach often showed the same violent wounds.
We're starting to see a lot of tigers like this.
The mating scars, the fully developed eggs they found, and all the females in the area. The evidence is building up.
The female to male ratio is 9-to-1. And so why are we seeing so many females? And a lot of those females are very large and exhibit mating scars. So that led us to believe, could it be linked to something related to reproduction?
To test this new idea, the team needs to catch a very pregnant tiger shark. Within an hour of deploying the buoys, everything seems to be going according to plan. Almost. When they catch the first one, the shark is so big she bends the hook and escapes.
That shark just straightened out that hook. I mean, completely unraveled it and then broke it at the tip. So it's just a pure power.
They found the right spot, but the next tiger uses the weight of the boat against them.
This animal is so massive, so powerful that she can actually use the boat as leverage, and swimming forward can actually bend out that steel so it pops off. Pretty insane. So, you know, just a massive animal. Another shark? Big one?
It's a big one for sure. In fact, this shark is a mother. Neil's theory that Tiger Beach has something to do with reproduction is making more and more sense.
Watch your feet! Watch your feet! Don't let that tail hit you!
They've caught a big female. Judging from her bulging sides, she could be pregnant.
See its head right underneath everyone right here. They're trying to get the tail so that they can pull it in.
Catching tigers by hand is a back-breaking ordeal, and the tiger's powerful jaws are a constant threat to the team.
Back down! Back down! Come on, boys, get kicked! Let it go! Let it go! Watch your feet! Watch your feet! The girth on that shark.
And the strength of that shark. I mean, back when we thought we had her secure,
We thought we had it under control. We didn't have anything under control.
we didn't have a clue.
When the powerful tiger kicks away from the boat, the blue spool for the handline shatters.
Keep it out from under the boat! In one swipe of the tail, and I look over, and 4 people are going into the water. We actually lost Emily at one point there. Head overboard!
At one point, the shark, as we were pulling it in, it decided it wanted me to go swimming with it.
Drive forward! Forward! Drive forward that way!
We almost got it right here.
Finally, Neil's graduate student Emily takes the lead and grabs the tiger by the tail.
I think, just judging from everything we have on here, we should name this one Emily. I'm just saying.
We'll rotate her. Let's get that pump in the mouth and her leg finger.
We thought we had her secure. All of a sudden, she lifted both Neil and I up off with no problem with her tail out of the water. Look at it. Look at it.
Approximately 1.5 tons of angry tiger shark is finally under control.
Holy moly, that's wide.
After Emily the human snips a DNA sample from Emily the shark, they get out the measuring tape.
Okay, we're going for the overall leg. Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Total leg. 386.
386 centimeters converts to 12.5 feet. One of the biggest tigers they've ever caught at Tiger Beach.
All right, let's go about 15 centimeters.
Yep, that's 15.
James Filikowski turns on the ultrasound unit and goes to work.
Uh-oh, what? Neil, this shark is really pregnant. We got a pregnant one! Here we go. It's amazing. Well done, guys. What are you seeing? We're looking right on this vinyl board. So I'm counting 1, 2. I can't believe this definition.
Woo! Very good.
That's absolutely amazing. She was full of well-developed pups. I've never seen this before. She was just jam-packed.
James counts at least 20 tiger shark pups.
They are so well-developed. This is amazing. They're about, I guess, 40, 45 centimeters in total length.
The size of the pup shows that Emily is about 2/3 through her pregnancy, with only a few months more to go.
Yeah, I can't believe the teeth. The teeth are so cool.
I can't believe how far along they are.
The amount of pups that you can see in there is really the thing that sticks out to me. It's just amazing being able to look in there and basically seeing faces looking back at you.
Historically, if you wanted to see if a tiger shark was pregnant, you'd have to cut her up. You know, we aren't sacrificing humans to determine if they're pregnant. Why can't we do it for sharks? Acoustic and sat tag? Absolutely. Absolutely, Neil.
Emily the shark will be fitted with both an acoustic and a satellite tag. That way, she can be tracked anywhere from Tiger Beach to the deep Atlantic.
One of the nice things about combining this technology with the satellite tags and the ultrasound is that we'll know where these pregnant females go. If they go to a certain area, this nursery ground to give birth, then we can protect that area, which will advance and allow us to conserve and manage the species much better.
All right, we're going to let it go? Yeah, we're going to let it go. Let's get that hook out.
The satellite tag on Emily the shark will detach in about a year. and her fin will heal completely.
Oh my God, that's big!
Wow.
The team now takes pride watching her swim away normally, safe and sound.
That tag?
In the end, both the shark and the crew gave a little blood for science.
Wait, shark burn.
James, man, wear your long pants. Look at this.
Oh my God.
I'm in the Bahamas. Did you not get the memo? Shark
I got
skin.
some battle scars.
Look, shark skin is like sandpaper, man. What are we going to tell your family? Look at those hands. Some people might ask, why protect a tiger shark? They can bite someone and cause harm. Well, the reality is that tiger sharks represent a very small risk to people's safety, whereas humans represent a very large risk to tiger sharks. And when you remove tiger sharks through overfishing, there can be consequences for the marine ecosystem, right down to the corals that other fish depend on for habitat. And therefore, it's important from an ecological point of view to maintain healthy shark populations like big tiger sharks.
According to Neil's data, Tiger Beach is looking more and more like a combination pickup bar and maternity ward for tiger sharks. Catching sharks mating or pupping on camera would be the ultimate confirmation, so they're going to try. Veteran shark cameraman Joe Romero has come up with some hardware.
We have the GPS that you put on here. We have the marine foam that I got and we put on here. We come up from like 1,400 feet.
Joe spent months inventing a 2-camera rig that can take a ride on a tiger, something never done before.
But this is actually the cool part. It's got a Chinese finger trap, so you can just slap it right on the fin. We can put that on there.
Right.
But it
That's
actually,
like the fin.
yeah, and it'll actually give a
yeah.
more comfortable ride.
Absolutely.
Joe's included a time-release mechanism, so there's no chance the fin cam will get stuck on the shark indefinitely.
And then when it comes off the shark, it'll float your GPS tag up to the surface.
I'm really intrigued and excited to use a fin cam that has both a forward and a rear-facing camera. You know, we'll see if it's going to work, but man, if we can pull it off and then actually find this thing, who knows what data we're going to collect.
Joe and Neil decide the best way to test the fin cam is to attach it to a shark underwater. That way they can watch the shark swimming with it on and spot any problems.
Neil, on your left.
They set up a bait box, but the chum attracts the wrong sharks.
There's a lot of lemons around here. They're swarming everywhere. Definitely not the easiest situation. So we need the bait box to lure in a big tiger to deploy the fin cam.
Neil and Joe know better than to let the lemons distract them. Tigers are a much greater threat.
Neil, tiger to your right. Princess Jamin's coming in on the left.
Princess Jamin is one of the tigers in the area known to tolerate divers better than the rest. Pickles is another.
There's Pickles. That shark is awesome. She's acting pretty calm. I think you should put the fin cam on her, Joe. I will if she lets me. Go for it. Now. Fin cam on. I repeat, the fin cam is on. Cam off.
As the rig floats to the surface, still rolling video, a tiger attacks it. This may well be a wrap for the fin cam. Neil and cameraman Joe Romero attach a new fin cam design to a tiger named Pickles. But it comes off the shark moments later.
Cam off.
As the rig floats to the surface, another tiger decides to chomp it. This is the last thing you might see before a tiger shark swallows you. Luckily, the shark lets the rig go undamaged.
I'm gonna have to adjust the clamping pressure. I don't think it's enough.
Joe tweaks the fin cam, and when Pickles comes in for another snack, he tries again.
Come on, Pickles. I think it's on her. All right. We have a go with the fin cam. I repeat, the fin cam is on.
Escorted by remoras, Pickles circles the divers. The cameras are angled just right, but the clamp pressure is still not enough. After a few minutes, the rig falls off again, and it's back to the drawing board.
And glucose was 89.
Up on deck, James and Carolyn are noticing something interesting about the reproductive hormone levels in the tiger shark's blood.
So far, what we've been seeing is that their hormone levels on average for all of the three hormones, progesterone, testosterone, and estradiol, are very low quantities. So it's been really interesting that a shark of this massive size, their hormone levels are really not that high.
In fact, the hormone levels of tiger sharks rank among the lowest of all the species of sharks observed by scientists.
And this probably is linked to their mode of reproduction. Their mode of reproduction is different than many other sharks. They're actually aplacental, so the mother isn't actually attached to the pups in any way.
So we got a value of 3.6.
Each individual pup has its own casing and it has its own yolk, just like a chicken does. And they basically feed off of that yolk throughout their time in the mom, throughout gestation. And then once that yolk is gone, they're born, and then they're out in the world.
Now that the final adjustments have been made on the fin cam, Joe's hoping to capture visual evidence to back up Neil's reproduction theory. All he needs now is the right shark and a little luck. And maybe he'll get pictures of what the tigers are really up to in their private lives. What they want is a big tiger shark.
That's an angry shark.
What they get is a big lemon with an attitude.
Back down.
The crew pulls Neil to safety in the nick of time.
We're okay.
They hit the jackpot on the next shark. It's a huge tiger and a perfect candidate for the fin cam.
We'll go Tater. Let's get that fuck in the mouth and the fin cam on. That's it. Okay, get a light, Victor. Right now, Joe's attaching our specialized fin mount camera. It's got a flotation device. It's got a satellite tag. It's got a radio tag. It's got an acoustic tag so we can follow her. Just making some last-minute adjustments. She's in great condition here.
The quicker they release her, the sooner this tiger can return to its normal routine. So no ultrasound this time, just measurements for the database.
383. 383 on leg.
Joe secures the fin cam, and they prepare to release.
Bolt cutters and a needle nose pliers are going to take out the hook.
She's big, girl. 383. Voluptuous.
With surgical precision, Neil snips off the hook.
Wow, what a great-looking fin cam.
Three, everybody.
The cameras are rolling.
1, 2, 3.
There she goes. Watch her, watch her, watch her.
The shark was completely calm, and she was kind of like a sweetheart. She let us do everything, and it was just her normal visit to the doctor.
Woohoo!
The first big female tiger was named after Emily. This one, they name after teammate Carolyn.
Actually, when they named the shark after me, I didn't know that they were named it after me. And I came outside like, oh, Carolyn's transmitting. So then I found out they actually named the shark after me, which is cool, so we can see where she goes.
Yeah!
The adjustment to the fin cam seems to work. The rig stays on.
It would be absolutely incredible if we see any interactions with other sharks. That would just give us so much information and further support a hypothesis about the importance of Tiger Beach to animals that are reproductively active.
I could see mating scars down her side, too, when I was putting on the fin cam.
Cool.
She was
Well, I
just
want to
a
get
mess.
in there and start tracking her right now and see
Yeah,
where she's
we should
at.
do that.
So we should, before we lose her.
All right.
Neil and Joe take the chase boat to go track Carolyn. They don't want her to get too far away.
Great job getting that fin cam on, Joe. Great engineering, great getting it on. Now it's my turn, man.
Now let's see if we can find it.
Neil tries to fix the shark's position by listening for signals from the fin cam.
Nothing.
It's a lot of crackling. I don't hear any pinging. Close it. Let's go that way. Yeah. This fin camera tracking work is a part of a larger project to understand the basic biology of tiger sharks to better conserve the species here, and taking what we learned from that and maybe being able to apply it to some other places.
0.
Got nothing here.
Nothing.
But Carolyn has wasted no time. She's already hightailed it out of range.
Holy crap. It's a big ocean. It could be anywhere.
After hours of trying, they give up for the day.
This shark is not right around here. Hopefully right now we're relying on that camera to detach at the programmed time.
The camera will release in 8 hours and float to the surface. Joe and Neil want to be nearby, and for good reason. Bad weather is heading in fast. High winds and rough seas could blow the rig into the Gulf Stream, where it will be lost forever.
Right now we are battling against the elements. Most people think that the Bahamas is just pina coladas and sunshine, but we cannot catch a break here.
Finally, the satellite tracking network notifies Neil that Carolyn's fin cam has been released just 10 miles away.
And now we're full steam ahead, racing against the elements to try to pick it up. I can't be more excited to see what that shark has been doing since we left it. This is science, this is discovery.
But finding a small black fin cam in the vast ocean is not that easy. As night falls, Neil listens for the telltale signals from the fin cam with a portable acoustic receiver. Still no luck. The fin cam is lost. Maybe forever. After listening all night for signals from their lost fin cam, the team comes up with nothing. Next morning, Neil and Carolyn head off in the chase boat to continue the search.
I got it. See, Geo, it's in the 40s. As I rotate left towards the bow, you can see them getting stronger.
I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Oh, I see it too.
Yes, baby! Perfect to plan. We did it. Oh, my gosh. There it is. Cannot wait to open this up and see what that shark has been doing for the last couple of days. Spend countless hours and months, years planning this out and worrying what's going to happen and taking every precaution that you can. And when it pays off, it's an amazing feeling.
Celebration.
How about some high hugs? All right, bring it in, everyone. Let's get it.
Come get it.
The team isn't wasting any time. They download the footage and start watching Tiger TV.
Look at her go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very interesting to see how calm this animal is and also how it's moving, very horizontally with the substrate with the bottom. It's not showing that typical yo-yo behavior that we've seen,
Watching the fin cam is kind of like hitching a ride on the back of a tiger shark. It's a really unique experience. Not everybody gets to say they can see the world through the eyes of a tiger shark.
This footage here is amazing to me. First of all, I've seen nothing like this before. And for me, this provides a lot of really important information. I mean, we're able to look at the environment, but also the actual behavior and activity of the shark in terms of its tail beat frequency and how vigorously it's moving its tail. Back when Joe and I were kind of working on this front and rear facing fin cam, I had no idea it was going to work, and to be honest, I was pretty skeptical that we're even going to be able to recover it. But after reviewing the footage and seeing the results, I'm definitely going to add this technology to our scientific tool belt. Hopefully, we'll start seeing this being more widely used by other scientists. Oh, I love it when you get one of these other tiger sharks pass by.
Wow. Just proves how magical Tiger Beach is and how many tiger sharks really are in the area.
At the end of the season in Tiger Beach, all the new evidence points in one direction.
And what this data is starting to suggest is that Tiger Beach is a mixed aggregation site for females of different life history stages. Some are pregnant, some are not, some are mature, some are immature. And it's likely serves as a refuge from males that aren't here. And then once they mate, they can come here, freshly mated, and use this to gestate. You have warm water all year round. And as it turns out, warm water helps speed up your pregnancy because they can't produce their own heat before you can go off and pup at the right point in time.
Discovering the tiger shark's pupping grounds is the team's next big project. To do this, they're tracking the transmissions from the satellite tag on Emily, the very pregnant shark. But the signals from the tag show she's headed for the U.S. coast, where a gauntlet of long-line fishing boats pose a real threat. But so far, so good.
Probably headed towards some sort of pupping ground. In another 6-8 weeks, she's going to be ready to give birth.
The satellite track shows that just weeks after leaving Tiger Beach, Emily reached the Florida coast. From there, she's moved north to the shores of Georgia.
And so it's going to be particularly important to watch, and hopefully she doesn't get intercepted by a fishing vessel while she's on her way to give birth.
Like all sharks, tigers are in danger. They need conservation and protection desperately. But Neil has high hopes for the future of these magnificent creatures.
Tiger sharks are incredible animals. They're built like tanks. They got these impressive teeth as weaponry. They can eat almost anything, go wherever they want. They're resistant to being caught and released on a fishing line. If we can actually have effective conservation for them, they can have a fighting chance. And I think that places like Tiger Beach can serve as a model to find other areas like it. Areas where these large, gravid females are coming together, spending a lot of time. And if we can protect those critical areas, then I think that bodes well for this species and will give them worldwide a chance.